Hey everyone. So congratulations if you're watching this video and it applies to you. It means you're the beneficiary of a sibling visa, meaning a brother or sister have filed for you and it's now time to go to your interview. I'm going to share with you some tips that I recommend to my clients, and some of the tips will overlap. Even though it's a sibling interview, some of it will overlap based on whether it's a marriage-based green card interview or a parent-child green card interview. When it comes to tips for immigration, I always say there's some general stuff that everyone should be doing. So in your case, listen in as we talk about those tips that you should be following when you go to get and nail your green card interview. My name is attorney Dionnie Wynter Pfunde, and I am an immigration law practitioner. I am an advocate for all things immigration related, and I too am an immigrant. So let's dive into what are some of the things they'll be looking for, or some tips that can help you make it through this interview. Tip number one, I want you to dress as if you're going for an interview. Make sure you're wearing the right garb. Just make sure that you look like you're going to an interview. The officer is not going to deny you your benefits because you didn't look or wear a certain type of clothing, but it just looks as if you have some respect for the service. Number two, I don't want you to leave your appointment notice at home. If you're going for your interview, take your appointment notice with you. Number three, have a copy of your application. Have a copy of your application with you, a photocopy. So it could be anything that the sibling has submitted on your behalf. So more than likely, you'll be living somewhere, whether you're in the Caribbean or you're overseas. Call up your brother or sister, call them up and say, send me a copy of the application, because you need to know, where does your sibling live? Who is your sibling married to? Do they have children? Those types of information, just in case the officer asks you these questions. So I highly recommend that you take a copy of the application with you. Treat this copy as like a security blanket. It doesn't mean the officer is going to need everything that's in the blanket, but just in case they ask for it, you will have it with you. So take a copy of the application with you. Tip number four, make sure you have some form of official identification. That could be in the way of a passport, that could be in the way of a driver's license. You're going to need all your official documents anyway, but just make sure you have some form of ID with you. When it comes to other types of preparation, I would also say prepare for the interview. Prepare as if it's an interview. You need to know the history of your application. You need to be able to show supporting documents. You need to show a parental relationship. In the case of siblings, bring your birth certificate and bring the siblings' birth certificate, so the officer can kind of look at it and see how that relationship came about. Last but not least, remember to be extremely honest at your interview. If you don't know something, nobody make it up. If you don't know the answer to a question, do not improvise. Don't make it up as you go. Make sure you remain extremely, extremely honest. All right, I want to wish you all the best on your interview. These are just some quick tips that you can use to get you through the process. Congratulations, and like and subscribe. And until next time, walk good.